So we have our sister here that's speaking about, family gatherings and, how things have really changed in the community, especially with the Gen Xers, millennials, and Gen Zs. Now, I want you to hear what this sister got to say because, yes, I definitely can relate to this. Let's roll that.
Speaking to black people specifically, because I really don't know what the rest of y'all be doing, I have a nagging feeling that Gen X is the last generation that on a mass scale is going to be doing these huge family holidays or these big ass family reunions. Because that's the thing, right? Like black community holidays, people traveling, driving from hours away, flying planes, family reunions, 20, 50, 100 of us in a park. Like, I don't think that's going to be happening nearly to the level as what it has been historically. And that's for multiple reasons, right? So more of us are leaving the towns that we grew up in. So that's harder to orchestrate. I also feel like it's in part because we're more comfortable saying, I don't fuck with y'all and I'm not going to pretend to. I feel like Gen X and up had more of this pressure to perform family. Oh, what's they gonna look like if you don't come? That's your family. Like, people are gonna talk. Millennials down. I know what you did to her. I know what you did to him. I know how you make me feel. The sly comments about my job, my weight, no, I'm not going. And I don't feel obligation or guilt or shame about it. I'm not gonna grin and bear it. I'm not gonna suffer in silence. I'm not fucking going. Not saying that we won't get together at all for the holidays. The people that we genuinely feel loved and cared for and supported by, blood or not, because we will. It's just not going to look the same as it has. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
Just in my own personal family, things have changed. I remember when my grandmother was alive, and, grandfather, they would make sure to always go to my grandmother's house, on the weekend, especially Sunday, after church. And everybody would go and eat at my grandmother's house and you would see the family a lot. Since my grandmother has passed, that doesn't happen anymore at all. The other thing she mentioned about everybody moved away from the cities that we're, originally from. Like me, I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas. So at one point in time, mostly all my family stayed in Port Arthur. Well, Port Arthur, I went back a few months ago and Port Arthur's still Port Arthur, but don't really have much going on, right? If you just want to just be in a place where it's just slow and then I heard in certain areas the crime had gotten worse in certain places. I left, Port Arthur and never looked back at all. And, I came to to Houston and, been here, for definitely a long while and shoot, I'm looking to go other places as well. Right. So I get what she said that people leave. The third thing she talked about is that we don't have to be fake with people no more. Because back in the day, there are people that we didn't get along with, but for the sake of grandma, we'll sit there and deal with that person that's being fake in the family. We would, deal with somebody that we really didn't care about too much. Right. So when grandma and them passed away, we like, okay, I ain't fooling with them no more because I'm not disappointing grandma. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm not disappointing big mama or somebody like that because they believe that family needs to stick together and all of that. And not all family members, all people you need to be fooling with. Let's call it what it is. There are some people that are your friends that have been better family to you than your own flesh and blood. Some people don't get along with their sister or their blood brother. Sometimes they don't. And so I do understand what she's talking about. I thought about one day that we have so much technology to talk, so much technology to be connected. And we're less connected now than what we were prior to the internet and Facebook and all of that sort of thing that we have. When you had to actually pick up the phone and call somebody, it wasn't no such thing as text messaging anybody. The only text message you had was actually writing a letter and sending it through the U.S. mail. That's what your text message. You actually had to pick up the phone and call somebody. You had to actually deal with somebody. And today you don't have to deal with people like that. You can just talk to them through an app. You can send an email. You can send whatever, but you do not have to fool with people like that. So yes, things have definitely changed. And I don't see it going back no time soon. Now, I will say, I do enjoy when I travel out the country because it seems like outside of America, people still got their family structure intact. Like America has done a horrible job, in maintaining the traditional family. I believe the traditional family in America is just about done. So when I get around brothers and sisters outside of America, and then when I hear them say, when they tell me, I'd like to go to America, I say, no, please don't go to that place. Because if you go to America, your culture is going to be destroyed. Your family structure is going to be destroyed. It's just the environment that's there that destroys what's good. That's what it is. So please, I always say, please, listen, figure out a way to work in your country. Stay here. I love the environment here. I love y'all actually got some instruction here. I love that it's a patriarchal society, not no matriarchal society. Men are actually respected here. I say, no, this is the place where you need to be. Because I always tell people, if you want to really know your future, look at America. Follow America's lead, and you're going to end up with broken families, children wayward, acting entitled and everything else, all kind of alternative lifestyles, from what you are used to in your particular faith in a lot of other countries. You understand what I'm saying? It just, everything you see in America, do you really want your country and your family to turn into that? No, I know you don't. So do not come here. Don't emulate what you see here. I tell anybody that's living outside the country that's watching this video. I remember when America had some common sense, at least a little while, that family was respected, that men were respected in the household, that we promoted two family, a man and a woman in the house, and not a bunch of single motherhood or all kind of other things that's going on that we promote today. So yeah. Trust me, I enjoy, especially when I'm on the African continent. It just reminded me so much of what I grew up with. And I'm not saying every family in America ended up like mine, because I have family members that I'm very close to. I have a core group of family members that we get together. We celebrate things together. We enjoy things together. So I'm not saying everybody in my family that way. No, I have a core group, but it's not like it was with my grandmother. But you know what? The core group that I have in my personal family, I love them to death. Love them. I can't wait to be around them. I enjoy them. It's a beautiful thing. And they got some families in America that in the black community for sure, that is still kind of doing some things, but it's not like it used to be. And I just know that across the board because it's just the environment of America and what's really promoted. But, y'all let me know what y'all think about, what the sister's talking about. And, how's your family structure? Is it the same like it was when Big Mama was alive? Is it the same or has things changed? Let me know.